Live from the Icebox Studio in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, it's the Bill and Corey Show.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Corey.
Welcome back. We got a little cold spell here in Montgomeryville, so I'm wearing my long sleeve shirt. It's only going to get up to mid-80s today.
So about 15 degrees colder than it's been feeling lately.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, wow, I could get out the long sleeve shirt. So first question. I'm looking for a welding gas switchover that would allow us to dope, quote-unquote, dope.
Switchover valve. You skipped the word
Switchover valve that would allow us to, quote-unquote, dope. This is a good start. The arcs start with helium before switching to argon after the arc is initiated. Do you have something you would recommend for this? And it's kind of interesting because I guess probably...
What does dope mean?
Exactly. And
these young people and their slang words.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get an email with their all emojis or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That'll be coming soon.
Emojis in our question.
Probably by the end of the day, you'll be like, what? I won't even get into that. So we're kind of guessing dopes probably mean, I was thinking it's probably like the garbage part of the weld or something. I don't know. I have no idea what it means.
But we're going to answer the question anyways.
Or maybe they really wanted to say dope.
No.
Like Homer Simpson, but no. Yeah, and you want to put up the first graphic? I think I got it right. There we go. So we do have kind of something that should work. It's a manual switchover. And yeah, you want to pull it through.
Yes, that's
and what you can see there is you've got two flex hoses, so you could put argon on one side and helium on the other side. Take your pick, right or left. And there's a check valve in the CGA, so you're not going to get any cross contamination in there. You're not going to get peanut butter with their chocolate and chocolate with their peanut butter. And then in the middle, there's a three-way valve, and so you can switch back and forth. You could start with the helium and switch to the argon, or if you're feeling the other way.
Yeah, I mean, instead of a switchover where you have the same gas when you run out, you have two different gases.
Yeah, this is just, and then line regulator there. You could really put any regulator. I would suggest kind of a two-stage regulator. Because
what about a pancake regulator?
No.
Can you put a pancake? You can set any regulator.
No, not. It's got to be able to handle full cylinder pressure.
All right.
So yeah, so you can really kind of do. And this is a manual switchover that we did for a job here in Philadelphia. Okay, so you can take the graphic down.
Do you want to show the three-way valve at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't have our close-up camera this week and went on vacation.
Gets more days than we do.
So, yeah, I know. Heck. I want to sign up. So this is the three-way valve we use for that. It's rated for a lot of pressure.
That's what it says on it.
A lot of pressure. 6,000 psi. But yeah, so three-way valve, we'll have it there. You can switch it back and forth or forth and back, depending on how you look at it. So it got a little bit more than that. So first I suggested that. Then our sales rep went back to him and they go, says, thank you for your reply. I need a switchover valve that I can control via PLC or robot controller. So I don't know about this whole robot stuff.
Yeah, does he have arms?
Yeah.
Is it in walking?
Is it going to go over and open it and close it?
Yeah, I got to know, or is it just a clamp clause? Because if it's a clamp clause, it makes a difference on how we set it up.
But with this valve, you get a pneumatic controller, actuator, and
it just turns it, spins it.
It goes down there and it'll turn it. I don't know if I don't know if you really call it spins, but it'll be a turn.
Oh yeah, I guess turn.
Yeah, it's pneumatic actuated, so you need to have something, a solenoid valve or something like that to supply the nitrogen or clean dry air to it.
It's just house nitrogen, you know.
Yeah, just the house stuff.
Typically.
Yep. So that'll work. And then it got a little bit more, and it's like, oh, well, we want a pressure transducer for our PLC. So we got something. This is a...
It's like they're trying to stump us so they don't have to buy from us. It's like,
all right,
you did that.
Now I want
this.
Now this. And they're going to come back and, I wanted a different color.
Can it be gold-plated?
there's a Russian oligarch that's got a gold-plated mastodon or a woolly mammoth.
Oh,
yeah, gold-plated woolly mammoth.
Where do you find the woolly mammoth?
No, you could buy those things. I don't know, whatever. So we don't do a lot of pressure transducers, but this is the one we use. We originally had it for a OEM customer. So it comes with these connector on it. I don't know what kind of connector it is. But if you don't like that connector, you can always just cut it off and use the bare wires. It's 4 to 20 milliamps, so you can...
We're long overdue for somebody to just like standardize electrical connectors. It's shocking how many different ones there are. I'm sorry.
It really is kind of crazy. We thought we had a lot of CGA connections.
Yeah.
But electrical is like, oh no, great.
Well, there's at least a list of CGA. Like, I can find a book that tells me what everything. Maybe there's a book. There's probably a book.
And it gets even crazier than that. So we could kind of do that.
Yep. And now we'll see what's next, and hopefully we'll be able to add on to this next week. So
yeah, next week it might be. Oh yeah, they want to have this thing too. Okay, this question is going to be for Corey because we're switching back and forth. I need a quote for a 3450. It's a 2 to 30 pound PSI regulator part SEQ 3452. We have one right here.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong with this?
Stuff.
I mean, you used to, right? Go ahead. Are you
okay, I got more of the question.
Go ahead, finish.
So it's a natural gas application, so it's good. It's like free range.
Yes. I always wondered about free range eggs. Why do eggs care if they can run or not? They're in an egg. I never understood that.
It says, I want a lockdown adjustment knob. That's because I guess they wanted someone, so someone couldn't accidentally.
Yeah. Well, this is if you don't want somebody to mess with your pressure.
Control freak.
So those controlling bosses around there that want their natural gas at a constant pressure.
Yeah, I know. And your website picture shows an outlet pressure gauge and shutoff valve. Correct. Yes, it does show that.
As you can see,
they want to. Then it kind of another email.
So as you can look, this looks different than a normal regulator.
Well, I got more stuff.
There's more.
Holy cow! This is a long question.
All right, I'm
done.
Put it down.
To finish the question.
Putting it down. I did not read our script.
The client used the 3450 regulator on similar assemblies. It works well. Thank you. They just don't want the adjustment knob.
Would you build it yourself that you're thanking them?
Once they set the regulator set point, they want to lock the adjustment knob in case someone bumps the reg, doesn't accidentally change the set point. I've seen Matheson regulators without the knob.
There you go. He already knew.
There we go.
The cat's out of the bag.
Inlet pressure be 100 psi. So
the cat's out of the
bag. Where's the knob?
There's no knob.
Took the knob off.
And you can
pop the little button, take that off.
Oh yeah. There it is. Oh, there's the rest of it.
I was going to show this thing together and then take it.
Yeah. So
it'd be screwed on there, and there's a jam nut.
Yeah. So
in there, and you'd use a.
So typically this nut would be up, and it would right.
Well, the nut.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend the whole time.
No.
But this would be locking the knob, which is threaded onto the stem.
Yes.
But you can loosen it. You get, this would be on top. You can take it out with it. We have our first video on our YouTube channel is on how to do this.
Okay, there you go.
So you can loosen it with a 1/2 inch socket wrench. And then once you tighten, what you can do is this stem, can't really zoom in on it.
Now you're going to have this a little bit under pressure, right? So you know what you're adjusting to, or do you adjust it?
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
If you're really good, you can. I bet some of the techs in the back could probably adjust and go, yeah, this is going to be 100.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Yeah, you can feel in your tension.
Feel in your tension or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're
regular people.
Like us.
You should have pressure in there.
Yes.
And you use a little screwdriver. Use a short handle one because I want to.
There you go.
And then just
in or out, depending on if you want the pressure higher or lower.
Yep. And then you
jam the nut down and you lock it.
And you get a little.
Just
half
dig.
Inch, not the 9/16.
Oh yeah.
And you just kind of snug it.
Doesn't have to be too tight. You don't have to show it.
It's a brass and it's really thin.
You don't have to show off.
You don't want to strip it.
You're
just doing enough. And if you want to change it, you can change it.
You can change it, yeah.
But it's gonna
just not with the handle.
Yeah. Right.
And then you can put the handle back on and trick people.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can put it on there. Okay.
People are, I won't move.
Gotcha. Okay, the other one, this is kind of big to fit in the box, so I pulled it out. Okay, someone asked, can the 3702 regulator be mounted in any position or only shown in the position, or only in the position shown on the website?
So this is a pancake regulator that cannot be used, like you said, any regulator earlier, and then I said no.
Just right. So this is rated for not 3,000 PSI.
And imagine trying to fit that on a panel.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can. You got little mounting holes in the bottom.
Okay, there you go. I'm just talking about the surface area.
Yeah, so you can mount it kind of, well, some things like excess flow switch, it has to be vertical position.
Okay.
But, and rotometers really need to be in the vertical.
And it'll affect like certain check valves too, if they're not springs associated with them. So
Right.
It's just a lift check valve.
But it is a low pressure regulator. So yes, you could, that's a concern. I guess this is our 5 PSI one. It's got a big gauge on there.
It does.
This looks kind of neat. This looks like
for our elderly customers.
This looks like some kind of thing you'd launch.
What's that phone they sell? I always saw like the Rabbit or something with the really big numbers on it. Do you have one of those?
No, I don't have one of those. Christmas is coming though. So, okay, this is another long question. This one's for Corey. I have a flow scope gauge.
Capital G gauge. So that might be
actually
the
they had
name.
the U and the A's flipped on it. So
Did you?
that happens a lot when people are typing. So
I do that all the time.
I have a flow scope gauge needing replacement. It has nitrogen gas flowing through it. This is going to be a picture thing. Approximately 100 psi coming into the flow scope. 1/4 inch NPT female. 8 inches tall, has needle control valve built.
They forgot the weight.
300 psi reading on the gauge. No part number to go by. That's because there wasn't a part number for it. So you want to put up the next graphic?
Well, the question is, what is a flow scope?
So this is what they call the flow scope because it's
It's interesting. We speak the same language, but yet we do not.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess scope, so you could see it and flow.
No, it makes sense when you think about it, but I've never, it makes more sense than rotometer. It's a rota and a meter.
Yeah, that's for rotating ball.
I know.
So if it's not a rotating ball, you can't call it a rotometer.
What if the ball stays still? What if it's, so there's rifled balls in there, or?
No, they're not rifled balls in there.
Or is a rifled tube to keep it from spinning?
Yeah, I don't, no. Okay. You want to go, so this is what they sent us, and it was a great resolution, so we could zoom in. So you're going to go to the next one, bonk, and on the side it says tube F804.
I can't believe that actually worked. That only works in the movies and on the TV shows. Enhance, depixelate, like how?
No, this is just a really good photo.
Wow, that's impressive.
So you can kind of read that, but you have to turn your head to the side.
Yeah. You got to tilt it a little bit, like a dog wondering what you're doing.
So this one's a 20 to 360 cubic feet an hour of nitrogen at 125 psi, which explains why they'd have a 300 psi gauge. And they had about 100 psi going into it. And this had a valve on the outlet. So we actually did not have the part number of this in our system. So I don't know how it was.
Made on a napkin.
It might have, they might have just bought the flow tube or something. So it's just.
Oh, do you think they switched out the tube cube?
Because they could have switched out the tube. I'm not sure what the heck happened with this. Because I looked in our ERP system. Yeah, you can take that off, the graphic off.
ERP.
Yeah, I looked in there, and there was only one previous
F804.
rotometer, and it was the valve inlet, which didn't make any sense. Because the pressurized tube, you want the valve in the outlet. And there was a tube cube. Yeah.
So
And actually the part, that had a high accuracy valve in it, and they went with a utility valve.
Okay.
So that
you
wasn't
couldn't
even
upsell.
in there.
Couldn't upsell them.
I don't think they needed it for that. So, yeah, so that was, we'll do it.
We'll do this one. This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Do you know if our flow controllers can be used for hydrogen sulfide service? It's H2S. It does not list H2S on the transducer controller as one of the gases.
Well, typically, it's not one of the gases. So if you go on our website and look this up, you're not going to see H2S as a gas. So, however, and do we have the picture?
Yeah, you want to put up the next one?
So these are, I think there's 14 gases there. So there's a special corrosive meter or flow meter or flow controller that can do corrosive gases, and these are the list. A little bit of ammonia, some carbonyl sulfide, transbutene. Oh yeah, that stuff's bad. Sulfur dioxide. I don't know most of this stuff. But yeah, so these are the list, and as you can see, if you go down, it's not alphabetical. Yeah, why don't they go alphabetical? H2S. Well, no, transbutene.
It is so.
I know it's technically with the main gases. ISO.
Yeah. So it can do those. And if there's other, that's a lot of the corrosive gases.
Yeah.
Any other oddball ones?
You're up a creek without a paddle.
Well, I might be able to find something.
Yeah, we can always. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to
find
ask.
some other.
It just creates more work for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you can take the graphic down. So that's it for questions for this week.
All right.
So thanks for watching. You know what? This is our 75th live show.
Wow, 75.
So we're going to start making plans for our 100th live show.
Confetti, balloons.
Which will be in January or something. So.
Balloons with helium in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe we can go with hydrogen. No, hydrogen. That's a bad idea. So
a balloon doesn't have that much hydrogen in it that it would.
Oh,
I don't. Yeah. It would be.
Tell that to the judge. Okay. That's all we got for this week. Tune in again next week for another live edition of the Bill and Corey Show.
Set your VCRs.